Vilay, the boy! Number 19, Vitaly Mikarenko! Number 26, Idrissa Ganagay! Number 29, Jesper Lindström! Number 32, Jared Brentwaite! And number 37, James Garner! When the whistle blows tonight, the referee in charge is Mr. Michael Oliver.
Welcome to Toffee TV. Well. What about them Toffees at Goodison Park tonight? What a result. The throat is a bit sore. I don't care. I do not care. That has picked me right up. Everton 2, Liverpool 2 at Goodison. What a finish. I've come away, I'll be honest, a little bit disappointed. I don't know how Liverpool were winning. I really don't. Unbelievable. But what a way to respond. And a crazy finish to the game. An unbelievable volley from Tarkowski with Michael Oliver trying to do his best with the VAR to look for a way to, can we disallow it? Is there a way we can disallow this? Trying the very best. They couldn't. And it ended 2-2. And those premature songs look very childish now. Everton went with a team that I think we all expected. Loads of injuries. Not really much options. David Moyes picked a team that was it. We expected Mykolenko come in for Ashley Young at left back, right back Brien, Tarkowski and Brantwaite as centre backs, midfield of Garner, James Garner, Decore and Jai on the left hand side, and Lindstrom on the right with Beto through the middle. And Liverpool went strong as we thought they would, you know, top of the league, flying. It was always going to be a difficult task for us, but Everton, a draw is the very least Everton deserve tonight. You know, I think we've ended with 10 shots to 6 overall in our favour. Because in truth, Liverpool, you would be, if you were red, you'd be very disappointed. Forget about the fact Everton scored late on. You'd be disappointed in the way your team played, because that wasn't a performance of a title winning side tonight, I don't think, by them. You've got to give Everton credit for that. Made sure it was difficult. You know, and we got off to, we tried to get it going. The display by the 1878 beforehand was fantastic. This Gladys Street looked sensational. All the banners, we built this city banner, all of that stuff. Trying to get the atmosphere, there'd been a bus welcome and all that. Trying to make the last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison an occasion. And I think that's what they did. And, you know, we come out, Liverpool are always going to pop the ball around nice. The team, like I said, got really good players. You have to work and block the spaces off. You'd have to not let them get the ball out to Salah, who we know is probably the best player in the world right now. And he didn't really do much tonight other than late on, one chance, one goal really for him. The other, and then he had a shot just after that, didn't he? That Jordan Pickford tipped over, but that's rushing ahead. So we knew we had to be strong and tight and not do anything silly. And we did that, and, you know, we had a couple of balls down the side, which if we'd have anticipated a bit more, we could have got in. Liverpool are there to be turned. Said this, Van Dijk's superb when you let everything play out in front of him. When you get in behind him, he looks like a normal defender. And Konate alongside him is, you know, he's just a decent centre-back, really, isn't he? I think Van Dijk could make me look decent playing alongside him in terms of organisation. I thought he organised Liverpool really well tonight, but in terms of defending, like I said, when you get in behind, you can expose them a little bit. And we'd already had a little 1-2 down the side, and if Lindstrom would have been able to put in a better ball, Beto's in the middle, would have had a tap in. Just got his final ball wrong. But Everton got a free kick on the halfway line, just inside the half, and Jai been kicked a couple of times. Took a little quick one, and Brantwaite bent a ball in behind, and Beto runs onto it. Alisson comes on and he just rolls it under him to give us the lead. Brilliant finisher, Beto. And, you know, a lot of people are always looking for something to say about him, that, you know, this isn't good enough or that's not good enough. But the fact is, the lad knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, which is all you need, really, as a striker. You know, when you're looking at hold-up play, and again, I've said it myself, his hold-up play is not great, but he'll get you involved in a wrestling game. The deficiencies of other players really shouldn't be highlighted on Beto, and it's about them being able to get hold of it. And the fact that the Corey plays off him and isn't great at that, you know, shouldn't be a negative that's put onto Beto. Give him a chance, he puts the ball in the back of the net, and that's what he's done. And you know, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Give us the lead. Goodison was absolutely bouncing. I think they had a little look to see whether he could rule that one out, but they didn't. And it was then, what can we do? And I think Liverpool were rattled a little bit at that stage. And, you know, a couple of passes went out. Van Dijk hit a couple out of play. They were a little bit, he wasn't happy, he was barking at, you know, players, and they just didn't sort of get into any rhythm. Every time Salah got it, we were out quickly to Mykolenko. And, you know, trying to stop him getting on it, because he's Liverpool's real talisman, isn't he? And then we go and give it what is, from our perspective, a really cheap goal away. Abdoulaye Doucouré, you know, we defend the ball that comes in. We get on a break, Garner pulls away, and all Doucouré has got to do is either clip it down the line in front of him to run onto, or smash it into the corner and let everyone reset. And he doesn't. He tries to play a little cute ball, which he just gives the ball back to Liverpool. They play it into Salah. He puts a ball in. We don't stop the cross. And I'll need to see it again, but I don't understand how a fella who's my size is beating lads who are 6'3" in the air and 6'5", and just heads it in. McAllister's on his own, flicks it, and it squeezes in off the post, and it's 1-1. And that's the worst thing you can do. Give Liverpool a goal that they haven't really deserved, in terms of, it's not like it's backs to the wall, because they're such a good side, they can take the game away from you. They didn't do that because Everton did sit back in, but what it did do was kill our momentum for a little bit. And then you're fearful, and they did start popping it about a bit. But we defended really well. We didn't give them sort of any space. And that was how it is. At the other end, they defended quite well when we got wide, because we took too long to put balls into the box. The odd time we did, it looked like it might cause them a couple of issues. And the first half was more of like almost, I don't know whether it was a tactical battle, because it wasn't like they were carving us open at all. They weren't even having any shots, really. You know, and the only sort of save Jordan Pickford did after making the first half was Szoboszlai got away, and it's a shot across him, didn't catch it well. Pickford sort of spilt it. I think Diaz goes in, and Pickford gathers the second bit up. But Everton had lost momentum. Illiman and Jai had been on the wrong end of a couple of tackles, but it looked like in the ground Szoboszlai caught him as he was passing the ball, and he went down. But I believe that he's kicked the floor, which is turning out to be a really bad injury for Everton players. Brien done it at Bournemouth, not to go off after 20 minutes. And Jai limped off with hope. I mean, it seems unlikely he'll be. I haven't heard David Moyes' press conference or anything, but looking at him walking off or limping off the pitch, it doesn't look like he'll be available Saturday, which is a hammer blow for us. But having to face the league leaders. You've lost one game all season in the league. When you haven't got options on the bench, really, and you've lost your best player, your most creative player, is quite a daunting task. But, you know, Jack Harrison come on and worked his socks off, really, without doing anything too creative. You know, the couple of times he got a run on Conor Bradley, he didn't put a ball into the box. Bradley was booked for a late challenge, and that should have been the moment that he decided to test him, knock it past him. You know, because when players did run at Bradley, they got past him. But we didn't, and we saw that's one thing I think Harrison did wrong. Got in at half-time at 1-1. Michael Oliver, some curious decisions in the first half, not booking McAllister, not booking Diaz. Diaz, multiple fouls, no booking. Booked Decore because Conor Bradley kicked him and then threw himself in the air. But we got in half-time 1-1, and I was looking at Liverpool's players warming up at half-time thinking, they've got Jota, they've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know. You're looking and seeing other players who you're thinking, if they bring on Nunes, he's a threat. And Curtis Jones can be dangerous. And you're looking at our subs warming up, and there's no real options in the attacking third where we needed it. So it was a case of, are we able to sort of ride out what eventually will come from Liverpool, which will be, they'll put us on the back foot a little bit. But we come out second half, and they just sort of were playing. I don't know, I haven't seen loads of Liverpool this season, so it might be just that's how they play now. I'm still thinking it's Liverpool under Klopp, which was chaos, and you had to really be at it all the time. They were going to create lots of chances, you were going to be under loads of pressure, and it was could you break. They're not really like, they weren't like that tonight. They were passing the ball around and looking for a long ball to try and get in on diagonals, and that we were happy to cope with that. That was fine. It was, could we create a chance? We did create a good chance for Abdoulaye Doucouré, and he's unmarked with a header 9 yards out. Doesn't even test the goalkeeper, you know. And then later on, he gets another chance. Tarkowski rolls it to him, and he's got a clear shot, and he somehow puts it over the bar. Wasn't one of his best nights, Doucouré, I have to say. He was at times Liverpool's best player. But, you know, we're hanging on in there. The manager then, you know, I'm thinking take Doucouré off, put Alcaraz on. But he doesn't do that, you know, and then we go behind. Which came as a shock, really, just come out the blue, because they hadn't really been knocking on the door. They made a few subs, it hadn't really changed anything. But they'd get in, and I think they got a corner, and we don't go out and stop a cross, and it comes in, and it's, I think, is it Diaz who has a shot? It hits Branthwaite, who blocks it brilliantly, but it breaks to Mo Salah, the one person you do not want the ball to break to. And he takes a touch and smashes it in. I think he finishes it with his right foot. He hadn't done much all night, but that's what top players do. And it's in the net, and we're 2-1 behind. And that deflated us, I think, really did. Because you just felt at 1-1 that we could cause them a few issues. We'd had the ball in the net through Jared Branthwaite. It was offside. But we were, you know, we looked like we might cause them an issue. And then you're 2-1 down again, and you're thinking, they could take this away from us because we just looked flat. Mo Salah, you know, want a break. Van Dijk just tries to just clear it anywhere, and it just so happens to fall to them on the break. Mo Salah comes in as a shot, Pickford tips it over, the only save he had to make second half. And that was the threat that Liverpool had. But, you know, the game goes on. While it's 2-1, you've always got a chance. Everton had brought on Irabunum, they brought on Alcaraz, trying to Ashley Young had come on as well. And we did start to sort of build up that bit of momentum for the final 10 minutes. They were having to make clearances. We were putting crosses in. They defended it quite well. And we'd had a couple of moments where better decisions might have got a better outcome. Beto does really well on the right, and he should roll it into Alcaraz, who's central on the edge of the box almost, with a bit of space, but Beto took a shot on. Alisson saved comfortably. And it was those sort of moments. But just when it looked like all hope had gone, we'd had, you know, their songs about winning the last derby at Goodison and winning the league at Goodison and all of that. A ball's put into the penalty area. Harrison's cross is blocked. Mykolenko puts it in. Beto challenges. There's a flick on. Irabunum heads it on. And James Tarkowski, thunder, hunts it into the roof of the net. Unbelievable volley. What a goal. It's absolute limbs. Silence, obviously, from the Liverpool fans. Limbs. Celebration. Berserkness going on everywhere. Just unbelievable scenes at Goodison for the last ever game under the lights. And what a way to equalise at the death in a Merseyside derby. And then obviously those scenes of elation, the Al Stockley Park lads are looking to try and, you know, give Liverpool a little nudge. And I know that'll trigger some Reds, but that's what it looked like. Looking for ways to rule it out. They're going for offside. The lines come up, he's clearly onside, so why are you checking for offside? And then looking to see if there was a push. But I'm sorry, you're not getting that. There'd been, you know, no sort of prolonged check when Konate had a game of basketball in the penalty area at 1-1. Listen, I think the ball just bounced up and hit and it's not a penalty. But the referee eventually, it's given, and scenes are unbelievable. And then it's, can we hang on? Because knowing Liverpool, he'll knock it into the box and Salah will just smash it in. But the ball goes long, we clear it, and the referee blows the whistle. I think he just wanted to get off the pitch at that stage. And then Abdoulaye Doucouré, I think, just in response to the songs and, you know, imagine turning up at a match with a balloon with 30 on, things like that was a bit mad when you are the most successful club and you're top of the league. But hey ho, each to their own. But Doucouré goes over and sort of celebrates in front of their end, which I wouldn't have done. Go and celebrate with us, it's about us. And that causes bedlam. Curtis Jones, Doucouré, both sent off. Arne Slot sent off as well at the end. Mad end. Pickford's it with a bottle. I'm sure the police are checking that. Well, I believe the police are checking that. So whoever threw that could be in a bit of trouble. But it ends 2-2. And, you know, I think both teams will go, okay, and it's another point on what we're trying to do. Liverpool's 7 points clear now. Have extended the lead at the top, and Everton have extended the lead away from the relegation fight. From an Everton perspective, what a way. If you're not going to win a derby, that's a way to score at the death. Grab a point. Unbelievable goal. Last kick of the game at the Gladys Street end. What a way to bring down history on Goodison Park and Merseyside derbies. It's ended with 41 wins each. It's also ended, you know, obviously draws as well. So there you go. What a night. My throat, I need a drink of my tea. My throat's so dry. But Everton have got themselves a tremendous point. David Moyes, you know, making Sean Dyche look a little bit silly, isn't he, with the performances and what Dyche said. But, you know, that's just a little side issue. 10 points from 12 now for Everton. Big game, tough game at the weekend. We'll be without Doucouré. He'll be suspended. Looks like we'll be without Ndiaye, I think. But absolutely superb. Man of the match, I don't know. Mykolenko did well up against Salah, not attacking wise going forward, but up against probably the best player in the world right now. Tarkowski and Branthwaite did well. Jake O'Brien. In fact, I'm going to give it to Jake O'Brien. Beto, another goal, but I'm going to give it to Jake O'Brien because he was up against Gakpo, who's been really dangerous this season for Liverpool, and up against Diaz as well, going over that side, and neither of them got any change out of him at all. In fact, and Gakpo hardly touched the ball, it seemed like. So I want to give it to Jake O'Brien. Probably Tarky should get it for scoring, just to give it to Tarky. You know, Tarky was dreadful at the weekend and cost us the game, and tonight he grabbed the point. Oh, no, I'm giving it to Tarky. Give it to Tarky for the goal. It's the right thing to do. Jake O'Brien, a notable second. I can't believe this has lasted so long. I apologise, but Everton, what a night for the last ever Merseyside derby. It's ended 2-2. Like, subscribe, do all that. Thanks for watching. See you later.